All right. Shalom, everyone, and peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. So today we will share some update about what's going on in the Middle East. And for sure, we don't depend on the news. Me, myself, I don't trust anything I hear in the news. Uh, the news always, they either report for you a title they like, even if the incident is true, which means they can change the core of the incident by changing the title. And there's many examples of that. So we will not rely on the news. So we always give our own input. We take whatever we hear and what we know. And as you know, I am born in the Middle East, so I know how those people in this land is think and what is always their plan for such a war. So today we saw, as usual, a report from the Pentagon, and this is the video for today.
Afternoon. I'm honored to stand right here today alongside one of America's finest, Admiral Brad Cooper, commander of U.S. Central Command. We just had a chance to spend a couple of hours together, better part of 2 hours.
Does it sound good?
The entirety of this Operation Epic Fury. And Admiral, I want to thank you for everything you do and your incredible leadership, for your dynamic thinking, the way you're attacking this problem set on every level. In just days of Operation Epic Fury, you and your team have delivered nothing short of devastating, precise strikes, taking out the better part of Iran's Navy, making it combat ineffective, neutralizing missile sites and launchers, and establishing total dominance over the skies we fly over and seas we fly over. Our forces are executing with
No, I will not play all of it because we know what he will say. We are beating them, we are toasting them, we are making them shish kebab, which is true. All right, so you know that we know what we will hear. We are not really waiting for him to tell us because it's a one-sided win. The other enemy is no match in any way, any mean, So we know the news, all of it is very good when it's come to the American army and the Israeli. Now, there is other things happening. Somebody asking about the Kurdish. A few days ago, I was chatting with those guys in Patreon. Sometime I go on Patreon and people walk with me. And we were talking about, I mentioned, from a few days ago, even before anyone think about the Kurdish, I mentioned that they will use whoever opposed the government of Iran. And we know that the Kurdish always, as in every country, exist in the Middle East. They oppose the government because they are seeking their own, let us say, local governing, if not their own home country. So, according to the news, the Kurdish are being prepared to attack the Iranian army. And for sure, they can make a trouble for the Iranian army, but they will not make too much trouble. Because still, the Kurdish in Iran, they are less than 10% of the population. However, because they are located in the border area, that can be a very big problem. So here, in the border with Iraq, this is Iraq, some areas, the population is almost 99%. Some area 89, some areas 97. In fact, there's a territory, it's called Kurdistan. It's called Kurdistan, And you will notice there is here 46% in this territory here, there is Kurdish. Now, it might be strange why they are here, The Iranian regime, they learned from the Soviet Union in order to get rid of population, not to be all concentrated in one place. So they force a group of people to move to different area. Like, the Russian now, they occupy territory from Ukraine. The Ukrainian who own the land and their houses, they did not allow them to stay there. You hear Putin, he says those people, they like to be Russian and they give them passport. They took their Ukrainian papers and ID and they give them Russian ID, but they can't stay in their home. So most of them, they are sent to Siberia. This is the same as when the Soviet Union did the same to other ethnic group when they are in the border or sensitive area. So they forced them to move to different territory. So in the future, if something happened, those people will not be able to cause trouble. So the Iranian, they were able to move some, as you see, to different territory, but the majority still are here. Now, I will tell you what will happen. The American will use them and they will abuse them. And it's the same as a gum, like you chew it. And then after the war is over, they will quit it, This is what the American did to them in Syria, and this is what they would do to them everywhere. Because at the end of the day, the Kurdish cannot rule Iran, a country, the majority of it is Persian. So this is temporarily used, And the Kurdish, I think they knew already that the Americans are using them. However, by joining now, they will gain some, whatever the new government will be, they will gain some rights, like their own language, schools, self-governing, etc. They will not be able really to accomplish what they wish totally, but they will gain some, because it doesn't matter how much they try. All the countries around them, they don't want them to be a country, including Turkey. And the Turkish, they hate the Kurdish. I mean, they wish they can finish them all in one day, the same as they hate the Armenian. So having their own land is impossible because everybody around, he will not allow that. Iraq will not be happy for it. Turkey, which is a major force there, and the Persian themselves. Now, actually, the mistake the USA government is making, they think by using the Kurdish, they are going to make a big deal change. And I don't think so, because in fact, it might work in the opposite direction. Because if you are a Persian, and the majority are Persian, and then they see that those ethnic groups, they are fighting against the country, not against the regime no more. Because those people, they don't fight against the regime. Those Kurdish, they want independent. So that will backfire from the Persian, who they are the majority of the population. And then instead of having the regime collapse, the regime might be smart and use the nationalism, support, not the religion no more. Because obviously the Persian, most of them, they don't care for Islam. But everyone cares to be a Persian. They are Persian, this is what they are. So it might backfire badly as a plan. However, Trump, he thinks this is the best way. And I think this is the reason for that, because those are the only ones are already organized and they have weapons and they have militants. So the total forces they have is about 20,000 ready to fight. Imagine they are ready to fight. They are 20,000 ready to fight. So they have armed, they are trained. This is why Trump is so much interested, because he can't wait for other groups to, get ready. So I think this is temporary method until other territory where Persian themselves will take over army facility and warehouses, and then they will start attacking the regime. So it's just a start. But they are not the one who can make a change. They are just the one who can help to set the fire in the bushes. You know what I mean? So there is no way they can overcome the regime forces, such a small number. 20,000 fighter. Let us say they double even their number. They became 40. This is not even, we are talking about an army have more than 2 or 3 million. So 20,000, that's a joke, right? However, because they are in the borders, and when other territory they see that the regime is losing the ground in some areas, that will ignite, or let us say, will encourage other territory to go and do something. All right? Now, the stupid regime in Iran, yesterday, they sent a missile into Azerbaijan, which is very stupid behavior, you know. The funny, the president of Azerbaijan, he was in the uh, Iranian embassy just, I think, 48 hours ago. As soon as Khamenei died, the Azerbaijani president he went to the Iranian embassy to share his condolence, uh, you know, for the death of the. I mean, look how hypocrite this guy. He is a friend of the Jews, you know. He's a friend of Israel, and then he go to visit, you know, saying we are so sad that Khamenei died. You know, I mean, look how hypocrite. But you know, in the world of politics, all of them they are snakes. All right, all of them they are snakes. And the more snake you are, the more successful. So this is him just a few hours ago, I mean 2 days ago, going there and writing like his condolence, you know, so sad because Khamenei, he died, he was a great man, we will miss him, you know. Then, less than 48 hours after, the Iranian, they send him a rocket, two drones. And now he's getting so upset. However, you know, I don't know, like the Iranian, they are acting stupid and they are losing their mind. And that because there's no leadership in the country. So since this guy, he died, there's nobody really in control. So the Revolutionary Guard are the one who decide as they wish, whatever they wish. So one he say we should not attack, the other one say we should attack. They don't know to who to attack, who not to attack, etc. You know, it's like a madness. So now they are increasing the number of their enemies. So now they have even they shot a rocket at Turkey. However, I think this is my thought, not necessarily true, that the rocket they shot at Turkey is not really to attack Turkey. I think they want to give Turkey, I think this is agreement between Turkey and Iran to give them a reason so the Turkish can fly over this area, which we just showed you in the map. It is a Kurdish area, this area here. All right? All this area. So now the Turkish, they can say, oh, you see, they attacked us, so now we have the right to go and fly over here, and maybe they will start attacking the Kurdish. I'm guessing. I cannot confirm. And I don't know if Trump, he will be able to stop Turkey, because somehow Trump, he go flat in his belly in front of Turkey. There's something fishy between him and Turkish. I'm not sure what it is. Like anything the Turkish do, he go blind. You know, he don't see them. So there is something not right. So anyway, the Iranians are shooting missiles at everybody, all their neighbors. All right? And that is really not a good idea because they left no friends. You know, they have no friends. They are shooting at Kuwait, at Bahrain, at Qatar, even Qatar. I mean, Qatar, they are the one who always support them and defend them. And actually, during the sanctions, Qatar was a very well-known place to breathe and get their goods, and they buy many things, including drones equipment. You know, the Qatar, they were smuggling to them a lot. Even Emirat, actually, if you go to Emirat, there's tens of thousands of Iranian. They live in Emirat, you know, and there's a lot of a trade between Emirat and Iran. Even though Iran occupy some islands like Abu Musa from from Emirat, you know, and this is the island. This used to be supposedly part of Emirat. The Iranian, they occupy it and they change it or make it a military base. It's a very small island, as you see, like it just fit for an airport, which is perfect for war, you know. In fact, it's strange that the Emirati don't take advantage of this war and invade this island and take it back, you know. They are scared, they are terrified. You know, they are a small country and they knew they are no match for Iran. But, you know, because now there is America and there is Israel, well, you can do it, not because you are strong, but because they are weak now and you have America there, you know. And actually, the Emirati, if they are smart, in order to take it, they can say to Trump, let us take it and we will give it to you to use it, which means you don't own it, but we will give you the territory to use it. Trump will say, sure, okay, you know. This is the only way to can take it back, you know, because they are no match for Iran. Iran by force took it. The only way to take it back is by force. And put the American there and let the Iranian there to attack it. So the Iranian are making big mistakes because there is no friends left, even Oman, which is very friendly with Iran. You know, we know that Oman did a lot of work. Oman always don't take side, actually. You know, this kingdom, the ruler there, they call him Sultan. They are close to the Shia. They are not Shia, but they are close to the Shia. And they always don't take side with anybody in war, you know. They don't take side, which is very smart of them. So they stay safe for a long time. But even those, the Iranian attack them, which is very weird, you know. This is telling you that Iran is, as a government, as a regime, there's no head, you know, because there's no way. You see, if their leader who was killed, the big snake, is still alive, they will never attack those areas. But now, because there's no leaders, you know, each time they hire somebody, the Israeli, they kill him after 10 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. They make a new minister for defense, boom, he's gone. They make a new leader temporarily gone. You know, head of intelligence, boom, gone, you know. Like he receive a phone call, he says, you get a job. He hang up, he's gone. You know. So obviously, the regime is in a very bad state and they cannot do much. Now, if we go and see back here, you will see how the American is hunting them really so easy, you know. I mean, they are so stupid to think they can win such a war. And they were thinking actually that the American, if they go to war, they cannot go for long because the Democrat will veto and they will be able to stop him, I mean Trump. But they tried actually. They used their dogs in America because Iranian, they have a lot of dogs in America to stop Trump, but they failed. Yesterday they tried and the vote in the Congress and the Senate did not work. So they are hoping for something, but that thing is not what's happening. Everything is working in the opposite direction. And here you see how they are hunting them easy. I mean, you see this truck is loaded with the missiles. This is why the explosions multiply many times. You know, see how many? Mostly they have drones inside, you know. Those trucks, they hold the drones. They open the cover and the drones are like, they have like a rag or let's say shelves. And then, you know, they shoot them in the air. Yeah, and you know, like the Navy is devastated. They are no match in every way and everything. It's like, you know, if you Iranian regime is very evil, but somehow I feel sorry for those evil people. You know, like a dog who have rabies been beaten, and still because you are a human, you feel bad for this animal. You know, even though he have rabies. So those dogs who have rabies, they are really in a very, very bad place. And, you know, the rabies is going to kill them. They want to bite everybody. And then that will come back to you, like it might, you see the people, they say Trump, he started the war. The fact, Trump never started the war. Those people started the war with USA and Israel a long time ago, and nobody have the courage to finish it. All of them, they are delaying the fight with the devil, hoping that something will change by itself. So finally, we got somebody to do it, and thanks to Israel, because trust me, Trump, if not Israel, will not go for it. Even though America is a superpower, is the most powerful country, but because Trump himself, his nature is very, let us say, he is not a war guy. He's a businessman. But because the Israeli with him, in this war, so they feel more confidence of success. Not success only to beat them, because that is not success. Because we know you can beat them easy. I mean, this is not the question. But the success is to make the plan work. Because both Israel and America, they cannot stay for war for 8 years. This have to be finished soon. As you see, the Iranian, they stop all the oil. So they have to finish the enemy ability very fast in order for oil tankers can go through Hormuz, and they can, trade continue and life go back to normal. Otherwise, price of gas will be more expensive. Even USA, the price of gas is getting high. And that is not good for Trump, who wanted the inflation to go down before the election. So because of Israel, Trump is more confident of this plan. Otherwise, if he's alone, he will not do it. I'm very sure of that. However, it's not going to be that easy. Like they keep saying to you, 50%, 60% of their missiles is gone, etc. It doesn't matter how much you take from them. Those people, they are making rockets and missiles for the last 50. So I'm sure they have a lot of places where they hide more and more, and they will be able to continue for a good time. So the question is, if we continue by air launch, is that going to be enough? I don't think so. They have millions of soldiers on the ground. The Revolutionary Guard are, I don't know, maybe 800,000, 900,000. And the one who controls the ground at the end of the day is the one who will stay. You can control the sky, you can shoot them, you can kill them, but there is a limit. Unless you want to use nuke, like a mass destruction weapon. As you see here in this video, actually, you see how the concrete, so those are like the places where they hide their missiles. So the American, they can destroy the entrance. They can use heavy-duty bombs, maybe to destroy the whole, concrete building, which is where they hide their missiles. But we do not know how deep they are. But however, because every entrance, every building every places of those where they hide the rocket or the missiles or the drones, it have an entrance. Our satellite, they can, especially with AI, can find them out so easy. So the American, they can go attack those areas, but not necessarily mean destroying what is inside, but is going to, let us say, preventing them from using it. Because in order to open the entrance again, you have to bring machines and dig again, and God knows how much damage inside. And if you try to do that, the American are watching you, and the Israeli are watching you. So before you try to fix it, they will hit you again. And here you see the drones are like in the ground. They are ready to fly. So obviously they are taking the drones from here, from the entrance, and right away they prepare it to go and launch it. However, that does not mean the Iranian, they will not be able to shoot. In fact, today they shot a cluster. Let me see if I can find the video. Cluster missiles, which is very hard for the Israeli defense to hunt it. Let me see if I can find the cluster attack. It's like one missile, and then when you hit it, it become like 50 rockets, you know. And then, here we go. And then that will make it very hard for some reason when I click on it, it doesn't show. This page does not exist. What? Oh, this page does not exist. Let me try again. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, when I try to open the video, let me try to search. Yeah, here there's an image of it, not a video, but that will do. Sorry, this thing is playing in front of your eyes non-stop. So those are very hard to hunt because it's one missile, but then all those things, it's like it became like a chandelier. You know, it's like a cluster of a grape, and then they were scattered all over. And that will make it harder for the Israeli to catch it all in the same time. So they still have of those, and we do not know how many of them they have. However, they could not harm any with those until now. But it's not easy, obviously, to deal with it. Let us see here. Yeah, let me show you this one here. See, this is now they are weak. So imagine if we wait for the coming 20 years, what they will do. See how they make the sky? Look at this. Look at this. See? See? There was that. And now the Israeli defense, they have to hunt it all. However, this one, the Israeli did not shoot at it because it was going to fail in an empty area anyway. You know? But if this was coming in the top of the city, then they have to hunt it. So this kind of missile is very, very difficult to hunt. Like when you see it, you think it's a spaceship, you know? Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck.
I don't know where's that. Bad language. All right. Let us see what else. Now there is attack on Beirut, and this is another war. The Israeli, they are launching at Hezbollah because Hezbollah decided to join the war, which is a very stupid idea. In fact, now the Israeli army announced that all the territory of the Shia in Beirut have to be evacuated immediately. And tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Shia, they are running out of this territory. And they are sleeping as we speak in the street. They are sleeping in the roads. This is what they have done to themselves. You see, they have a nice life. They are making good money, but no, they want to go to war. They want to fight their neighbors. They want to kill the Jews. You know, this is what happens when you have a Muslim in your country. You cannot live in peace. You cannot. If there is no Israel, they will go and fight the Sunni. You know, as simple as that. They will kill each other. In fact, here there's a video where Abdul is upset about. Where is the video? Hold on. Let me see. Where is the video? Give me a second. So this is Abdul. Is upset from who? From Sneeko.
He was a martyr and he was a good person. Repeat after me. May Allah put you with Khamenei on the day of judgment. And may Allah resurrect you with Khamenei. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put you wherever he puts Khamenei. You can't say Ameen, can you? Why are you not saying Ameen? Because you know he's a mushrik maniac. You know he's probably rotting in hell for the things he did in the dunya. You know he insulted Allah, and here's the proof. You know he insulted the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and here's the proof. You know he insulted the prophets of Bani Israel, and he said that his predecessor Khomeini was better than the prophets of Israel or Bani Israel. You know the crimes he did against Ahlul Sunnah in Iraq and Syria. You want us to mourn his death while he is the reason for the death of Ahlul Sunnah in the Middle East? Tell that to the grandmother, the Sunni grandmother, who all of her children got unalived by Khomeini and Khamenei, and now she has nobody to look after her. Tell her she has to mourn for his death. Tell the child who's an orphan now because of Khamenei, tell her, that orphan child, that he should mourn the death of Khamenei. Absolute ridiculous behavior from some of the Sunnis online.
Okay. But we know that Sunni or Shia both are criminal. They are no better. Aisha, she launched a war against Ali to kill him, and you coward Sunni don't dare to say anything against her, and you call her the mother of the believers.
If you're a Sunni and you think...
Shut up, shut up. Call me so we can laugh at you, potato. All right? So anyway, as you see, the Sunni and Shia, in this occasion, they are like, there's a competition online between who defend and who celebrate. Because there's a lot of hate between them. So the Sunni majority of them, they are celebrating, except those who they are Sunni and they will lose by losing Al-Khomeini or Khamenei, like Hamas, like Muslim Brotherhood. You know? So, you know, those Sunni and Shia, when they are friends, they are not really friends. They are enemies, but they have to share the same bed because both hookers, they believe in the same target. It's like it's a friend with benefit, you know. So they are not really seeking the friendship; they are seeking the benefit. The Middle East right now is boiling, and propaganda is working everywhere. So some they are attacking Emirat, some they are attacking Saudi Arabia, some they are attacking all of this because Iran was able to establish a lot of chicken in the ground, even between the Sunni, you know, and they were able to control Beirut for a long time too. If we go and check attacks in Lebanon, you will see how bad it is and how the Sunni are so excited because the Jews are attacking the Shia in Beirut. Let's see here. Yeah, there's tons of videos, but let me see. And here you see how many, an example, how the propaganda work. Like as an example here, this is obviously Shia account, but the name here is for a Saudi person, and he have a picture of the ruler of Kuwait. So Shia, they use fake names and Muslim Sunni names, praising Hezbollah. Supposedly this is Hezbollah attacking a settlement of Israeli close to the borders of Lebanon. It's called Kiryat Shmona. So supposedly this attack done by Hezbollah into this territory. But this area is empty anyway. This area, nobody lived there since the previous war. Nobody returned yet. You know, if this is the area, I don't know. This is what he's posting. We can't trust what they say. But what I know that this area is totally empty, and as you see here, there's light. So I don't think I see light in houses. So I don't think this is a true video. Maybe old video. But this is just to give you an idea how the propaganda work. Let's see. Another fake news. You see, the Muslim, they think by making a fake news, they can have victory. So like here, news that they shut down F-15. This is a new one. We know that there is a 3 American airplanes shot by the Kuwaiti, not by the Iranian. So now they claim that this is F-15 shut down by the defense, the Iranian defense. But we know that this is a joke and it's not true. So a lot of lies in the internet. And the funny is, you know, when a Muslim he lie, like, can you have victory with your lies? Like, you tell me. And you notice how much propaganda against the Gulf countries, like as we see here in this image. Supposedly this is the Iranian soldiers putting their shoes in the top of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. That can be true if the American and the Israeli are not there. Otherwise, trust me, the Iranian can do that, you know. Saudi Arabia, you know, the Iranian, they can occupy Saudi Arabia and Emirat and Kuwait, all of them maybe in a few hours. I will exaggerate if I say 10 hours, you know. Because those are not countries, those are just farms. If not the American, those are not countries. They cannot protect themselves. So if you want to see the real news, you go to the pages of Israel, because they prove whatever they say, and we witness it. So this is Avachai Ardai. He is the speaker of the Israeli army, IDF, but in Arabic. Even though his Arabic is broken, it's funny. Sound like an Armenian sometime when he speaks Arabic. So this Israeli army is shooting and making shish kebab. Attacking drones of the Hezbollah. Boom. And here, this is a center for Hezbollah. They are hunting it too inside Beirut. Yeah, don't mess with them. They will make you shish kebab. Guarantee. And then here he is posting, reminding them what happened to Hezbollah in the last war. And obviously now the Israeli, they are pushing inside south of Lebanon. And I will not be surprised if the Israeli took all this area. Let us go to Israel. See, this area here is the Golan Heights, in this area here. And in Lebanon, in the south of Lebanon, there is a river. It's called Al-Litani. So the Israeli most likely, they want to push the Shia from all this territory here, and they are going to push their army inside. Now, it's a great opportunity for Israel, if they want, to take it. Yeah, take it forever. You know, for me as a Christian, I don't mind, because this territory anyway is occupied by the Muslims. Take it and free it, you know. Let the Christians who live here live free from the garbage of Islam. Send all the terrorists of Hezbollah. There's no benefit of them except they cannot have peace. You know, they will fight everybody. If there's no Israel, they will attack the Christians. If there's no Christian, they will attack the Druze. If there's no Druze, they will attack the Muslim Sunni. They have to, you know, they have rabies. You know, this religion. The second you have infection with it, you have rabies. If you could not bite somebody, you will bite your tail. As simple as that. And actually, we have many examples of the Shia in Lebanon fighting each other. Like, there's two groups in Lebanon. One is called the group of Nabih Barri. They call them the movement of Amal. And there's Hezbollah. And if I show you from the YouTube how many times they fight each other, they kill each other, you will not believe it. In fact, Harakat Amal, during the history of war in Lebanon, they made the so-called Palestinian, you know, the Palestinian camp, between two brackets, because those are not Palestinians. They surround them for more than 3 years. And even those people inside the camp, they eat dead cats because there's no food. They don't allow food. They don't allow anything to get in. If I... So the funny is that for many years, those Shia, they were killing so-called Palestinian in Lebanon. Now they claim that they are the one that want to defend them. So you see, the propaganda is very funny. We kill you here, we defend you there. So you see here, this is the war between the Shia and so-called Palestinian, the terrorists of Palestinian, who they are Arab, not Palestinian. All right? And very horrible time. The Shia, they caused the death of hundreds, if not thousands of them. Yeah. Anyway, all of them, they are criminals. So the criminals will fight each other anyway. You know, like it's just a matter of when, how, what time. If not today, tomorrow, we are coming to you. So anyway, going back to our topic, the Israeli now, they have a golden opportunity. I hope they will not waste it to attack and finish it. You know, even if Trump he stopped the war, you should not stop with Hezbollah, because you can take them down to their knee. You know, see, this guy's job is to answer the Arab Muslims and making fun of them, actually showing them how hypocrite they are. Like, you talk too much, we do a lot. You Arab, you talk too much, you do nothing. We Israeli, we talk little, we do a lot. Anyway, going back here, this is the Israeli Air Defense. Let us see if they have anything new. Air Force. Here we go, a bunch of Abdul, they were walking. They think they are in the park, you know, like this guy, you have no idea. Walking next to the launcher. This guy is driving his kimchi truck. He received some kimchi from North Korea. He's happy with it, but he didn't know that the Israelis are watching from the top. This is another the kimchi delivery. Boom. Yeah, they don't talk much. They do a lot. The Muslims, they talk much, but they do little. If they do anything. Boom. Take a beer. You know? right? As usual. So the situation for sure is not working for the benefit of Iran, and day by day they are going to lose more and more ground. It's just a matter of time. They will be cooked, totally cooked. But the issue is for how long the American and the Israeli, how much time they have, because you see the difference between those countries. I mean, America and Israel and Muslim countries. Muslim, they can lose 10,000, 100,000, million. Second day, the president, he will claim that he have victory. As simple as that. And the crowd will say, hey, Allahu Akbar. In the other side, in Israel, if they lose 100, people will be so upset. 100. We lost 100 in this war. We killed 100,000 from the enemy. But we lost 100. How dare you, So this is the weakness of the Western countries, or those who have, let us say, a value of a human being life and so-called democracy. So the Muslim, they can sacrifice tens of thousands and nobody died for them. They claim nobody died. Like if you go to anyone from Gaza, especially the Muslim, they will say to you, we are victorious in Gaza. Are you sure? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we did destroy the Jews there. We made them shish kebab. Until now, they could not destroy us. We are there. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you do to them. But for sure, this doesn't help. That will not work. But I'm showing you just the difference. You see, look how much hatred here the Muslims they have. Look at this post here. We cannot open it. Okay, no problem. Give me a second. We will fix that. So this is Abdul making this post about Israel, saying in the top, we used to see those things, those sceneries in Gaza, but thanks to Allah, today we see it in the heart of the Zionist. May Allah give victory to Iran and Islam over the Zionist, the occupier. Now, for sure, this is not written by QandA, even though I think QandA, she will agree with it, because this wicked women, she think that Islam is a good religion and Sharia law is wonderful, and the Jews is the one did 9/11, and they are the one who did everything wrong in the world. So this is why they share together. They both are evil, and they are united in their hatred. But anyway, if you go, look at this here. You see, Emirates send a lot of food to Gaza, right? Saudi Arabia is the same. And they say to you, people of Gaza are dying and they are hungry. Those are people of Gaza dancing because they attack Emirat. And they are making fun. So here in the top it says, celebration in Gaza after the bombing of Emirat by Iran.
Celebrations in Gaza after the Iranian bombing of the UAE.
See? Very evil people, you know, very evil. There's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of division. And this is good for Israel, by the way, because, you know, imagine if those wicked people, they are united in their wickedness. It's good to have them divided very much. It's for the benefit of Israel. This is an AI video, just to show you how the propaganda work. How funny. How stupid, actually, to think people will believe those videos. Look at this video. And this guy, he decided to check his diary in the middle of the fire. Hilarious. You know, the Muslims, they are, they have a strong imagination. They can destroy any nation by AI now. See, finally, victory is granted. AI can make it. They cannot make it, but AI can make it. And the Jews are reigning everywhere. Brother, it's over. Did you see? And the guy, he opened his Torah in the middle of the fire and he's reading now. Abdul. You can't beat the Abdul, can you? Nobody can beat the Abdul. Let us see here. Let us see. I'm looking for Beirut videos. Look, this is this is the territory of the Shia in the south of Beirut. It's totally empty. You know, the Israeli told them you need to leave immediately. All the mujahideen, they are out. No, what? Nobody want to die for Allah. Nobody. It's a ghost town. You know, this area is very much populated. Like, you know, it's more populated than even like Manhattan. You know, it's very, very, the Shia, they are living in this territory, like in very high buildings. So every building have like, God knows how many families. And those Shia, they make a lot of babies, in case you do not know. So the Israelis said, nobody can stay here no more. Every Shia is out in a minute. All the mujahideen of Hezbollah, they are in the run. What happened to the brave and the bravery? This is video from Beirut. Yeah, there's many videos. I'm sure you saw, guys, you saw many videos coming from Beirut. Like here, this is one. Let us see this one. The Israeli are making shish kebab, and the Shia Hezbollah, they are in the run. And actually tonight, what I understand that Israel planning to do mass destruction in the territory of the Shia. I think the purpose of it, to show them how severe is going to be the punishment to you if you do attack us again. So they might learn, you know. So they are attacking massive attack right now as we speak into Beirut. Like if you go, you see this is live from Beirut. You see here the smoke is all over. This is the Shia territory. The fire is coming everywhere. And obviously the Israeli, they are not going to stop until they make their shish kebab ready for good. And the Hezbollah, and even they forced the Lebanese government to announce that Hezbollah is not legal no more. So many things is changing, and Israel is really accomplishing a lot of things together. However, the change in Iran is not going to happen so easy. It's not as Trump is saying it's so easy, you know, we're going to make it happen, you know. It's not going to happen that easy. It's going to take a lot of work. And I think at the end, maybe, you know, like if somebody, he go ask for something, ask for too much, so you can get maybe 40% of it, you know what I mean? Like you exaggerate of what you are asking for. So when you negotiate, you can get more than what you can get really. So I think this is what Trump is trying to do. The Israeli, they want the regime to change. They don't want a new leadership. They want the regime to change. So I don't trust Trump to continue for a month. Maybe he will stop in 2 weeks from now. We don't know. Trump is a very switchy person. You know, he have a switch. He can say something in the morning. He's like Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He says something in the morning. He say, Allah told me this. Afternoon, he says something to the opposite. So Trump right now, he's saying we want to, you know, like supposedly he is going to elect a new leader. Like him, he will elect a new leader. At the end of the day, all of this is shish kebab, because even if the regime collapses, the people of Iran, they are going to be the one who elect. After that, you have no business there. I mean, the only business you have, because now you force yourself to be the top power in the world, and every country there now understand that without America, we cannot really coexist with the neighborhood. They can demolish us. This is your strength. And now actually America will make big more money from selling weapons, because the whole world see what American weapon can do. So this is a great advertising for the weapon industry of America. This is the second part of this war. And then the third part of the war, whoever is going to come to be new government, if that happens, is going to be too much subdued to the American agenda, including economy and etc. So we will see, but I don't trust Trump really to accomplish the mission. I trust Israel to finish the mission. Trump, right now, he claimed that he is going to do miracles in Iran. We will see. I will not be surprised if he changes his mind tomorrow. He have history of that. And depending on the Kurdish, that is not going to change the regime. However, in Turkey, there's many other ethnic groups. There is Kurdish, there is Arab, there is Sunni, there is the Baluch. There's many tribal, and all of them, they hate the central government of Iran. So when a nation go weak, all the enemies suddenly appear. It's like weed, you know. Like when you are strong, the weed, the mice, they hide, you know. But when they see you laying in the ground and you are heavily winded, you cannot hurt them. The mice will climb over your chest and they will jump on you. And this is what will happen here, that in Iran right now, there is many ethnic groups, and including, what make it more horrible, that the Persians themselves, they are very much angry from this regime. So there's many enemies inside Iran, and those are the ones really can change the regime. It's not the bombing. The bombing can weaken the regime, making it hard for them to function. And the Israeli, they can play a good role in this change, uh, because the resistance will be small in number. Not like the Iranian, Persian, the Basij, which is the major forces for attacking those who oppose the government. They have, like they have tanks, they have drones, they have many weapons. The resistance don't have it. So they cannot accomplish anything unless there is somebody in the sky giving them support. So if the Iranian army now want to attack and move forces toward this area to attack the Kurdish alone, they cannot stand them, and not even 2 months, if we exaggerate in the time. But if we have airplanes in the sky and any trucks, any army move toward, they will shoot it down for them. Those 20,000, they will do the act of 100,000 or maybe a million, because that the one who controlled the sky, he controlled the ground. So now if we have boot in the ground and we have, let us say this term, boot in the sky, then the Iranian regime is going to suffer a lot. It's going to be very bad news for them, and they will not be able really to hold their ground. And then if those people, they expand from this area, this area, this area, this area, and then inside the country, the Persian themselves, when they see the regime is weakened, you see Trump, he made a mistake. A month ago was the people, they were going in the street by tens of thousands. The dummy Trump, he did not attack then. He should have done that a month ago. The Iranian regime killed more than 30,000 Iranians. So now we lost 30,000. They are willing to give their life. So Trump should have done this a month ago. But he did not. He told them the help is coming, and he did not do anything. That's why I say to you, we can't trust Trump's plan. Something happened, made him change his mind. Otherwise, he would not do it. He was not planning to do it. There is something we do not know, made him change his mind, and they rush into decision. They rush to it. Even though I think the plan of the war is the plan of Israel for a long time. Actually, if we connect all the dots together, we can say that the attack in Venezuela is a preparation for war with Iran. But still, Trump, he is not favoring it. He's trying to reach some kind of agreement, like they say, surrender without war. But they attack Venezuela, so when Iran block the sea, no more oil is coming, we will have extra supply of oil for the whole world, not only because Venezuela is the biggest supplier of oil in the world. And having American companies going right now to Venezuela, or taking the oil from Venezuela and taking it to the refinery of USA, give us a lot of more supply, additional to what we have in USA and Canada. So that gave more security of oil, because the war here, we know that the war will cause a lot of a problem for energy. That's why now the whole world is not going in panic, because there is still, in fact, if you remember, I told you, if you want to know if there's a war or not, check out if Europe and all other countries are buying too much oil, more what they need usually. And according to the report, yes, everybody was buying a lot of oil. This is why nobody will be affected too much, really, because everybody have a lot of, let us say, storage. They stored a lot of oil already, preparing themselves for a month or two of war. So nobody is surprised. This is why no India, no China, nobody's complaining, because imagine if those people, they don't have enough oil, and this war now blocking the oil in Hormuz, that would be a disaster for China. China would not stay watching. But China is relaxing. They have a lot. India is relaxing. They have a lot. So the war is not a surprise, And I think Trump, he gave them time to buy more oil. He gave those countries secretly saying, go buy more oil because we will do this. So later, don't complain. So you have time until all the oil supply, or let's say storage, starts shrinking. And usually countries, they have between 3 months to 6 months supply, you know. And in the top of that, now Saudi Arabia, they start sending their oil from this area here, from Yanbu. There's a port, and there's a pipeline, came all the way from the refineries, you know. And the Saudi, they ask all oil companies to send their tankers here through the Suez Canal, which means the Red Sea, all right? And then they take it to the Mediterranean, you know? So there's other solution. It's not like totally they stop the Hormuz, everything stopped. In the same time, even though that will slow the import, because you know the importing oil through the sea is the fastest and the easiest, they can import through from Dubai to this territory out of Hormuz, you know, and then even from Oman, from Muscat. But that again will be a slow import. And I think Hormuz will be, American will be able to open it maybe in a week from now, you know, I'm guessing, because they can, you know, they destroy all the Navy in this territory. And I will not be surprised, actually, if they have some kind of forces in the ground in here in this territory. So this is empty almost. To grant that there's nobody would be able to be here, or let us say they can watch it carefully from the sky, and they can set up time, like 3 hours time, for all the tanks here to go and pass, and then American ships will be patrolling them and protecting them from any attack coming by drones or missiles. So they can make it open, but it might maybe take a week or 10 days from now. Because the Iranian, they lost all their navy. They have nothing. They have only one submarine, and that submarine is destroyed. They have a big ship was going to Sri Lanka, and the American, they shut it here in Sri Lanka. So it was really unpleasant time for the wicked Iranian regime, you know. And if the war continue like this for the coming 2 weeks, I mean, Iran will be, as a government, will be totally devastated. So I think the plan is going to be weaken and weaken the regime, and then giving supply for some groups inside Iran so they can attack the government, and that will make it weak more. And then when the population see the government is losing ground in some cities, the Israeli, they have a lot of connection inside Iran. They will give a signal to their own groups, you know, to start moving, attacking territories, attacking warehouses, taking over storages of weapons and arms by the help of the Israeli. And we know that the Israeli intelligence are super powerful in such a field. So they knew really how to run such a situation. And they have a very strong skills of spying and communication and organizing things in the ground. I assure you that all the resistance against the regime in Iran, they have a strong connection with Israel. So I trust Israel to do the change, but not a Trump. And, you know, having a Trump is a blessing to support the attack right now, but we do not know for how long he will stay there. As I said, he might change his mind after 2 weeks. And then he might even try to force Israel, the same as what he have done last time. Last time, he is the one who forced Israel to stop attacking Iran. He forced them, which doesn't make sense. And I will not be surprised if he try to do that now. If those Arab countries, they say, that's it, enough, you know, and they ask him to stop, and he will not, you know, hesitate to make them happy, he might get angry from Israel if Israel continue the attack. So the Israeli right now, they have like a great opportunity before Trump changes his mind, because nobody knows what Trump he will do tomorrow. And we hope that he will not really change his mind. But nobody can guarantee. Trump is Trump, you know. They might wake up in the morning and says, we stop the war. If they offer him a deal, something making him happy, you know, tell him we will make you build a big tower in Tehran. We will make the rebuilding of Tehran to your kids. Something like that, you know. So we don't trust really Trump to finish to the end of the marathon of this war. But I trust Israel because the Israelis are not fighting for business. The Israelis fighting for survival. All right. Dear CP, you promised last year that if Israel will attack Iran, you will play piano for us. So when you will play, my friend, that was an old promise about that war, not now. Yeah. Same time, this is not the war I'm seeking until now. You see, if they did not finish the job, all this war is useless. Because this beast will rebuild and the drama will continue. So 20 years from now, we have to repeat again. And maybe by 20 years from now, they will have nukes. So we have nothing to celebrate yet because it's not over. American, they never finished a job. Like, can you name for me one time the American finished a job? Never. They start a job, but they never finish it. They have the most powerful army, but they never finish the job. And if they finish it, it's going to be horrible. Like, look what they did in Syria. Look what they did in Iraq. Look what they did. They don't know how to finish a job. The Israeli, yes. So I trust the Israeli more. I don't trust the American. Especially American, you know, like we don't have a king who his politics will be stay still. We have vote. Today we have a Trump. Tomorrow we have Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, Obama will give them money to Iran. They will build. Actually, if Obama is still in charge, Iranian now, they will have their own nuke. So the American is not the one to depend on to change Iran. It's only Israel. If the regime is changed, I promise you right now, I will play not piano. I have a keyboard, not the piano. But I do not play for long. I don't know if I remember even to play. But that's your fault because then you have to pay for listening to me. All right? Shalom, CP. Thank you for explaining about the Middle East conflict on level-headed Arabs' perspective. Yeah. You know, actually here, those are not Arab, those are Persian. However, the Persian are different from the Arab. They are way smarter. Persian are way smarter, you know. That's why you see, actually, Iran is able to develop a lot of weapon, even though it's a stolen technology, is not their own. But if we compare it to the other Arab countries, we'll find a big difference. You see, like, why the Iranian, they were able to accomplish things like this, but the Saudi, they cannot make anything. The Emirati is the same. The Emirati, they hire tens of thousands of engineers from around the world, from India, from Korea, from everywhere. But still, they cannot make anything. This is the make of others, not their own citizen. In Iran, everything is made in Iran is made by Iranian. In Emirat, everything made in the Emirat is made by foreigners. So Emirat will say to you, we did this, we make a drone. What is your drone? Here we go, show us. Go ahead. You see in the news, they say they made the drones. Okay, where is your drone? Show us what you can do. So there's a huge difference between the two civilizations. Iran, if not Islam, will be superpower. If not Islam. We know that Iran one day was a superpower too. The Roman and the Persian, they used to be the two dominant superpower in the world. All right? But when Islam comes to any place, everything, the termite will destroy everything, destroy civilization, to destroy culture, to destroy science. they destroy everything. The culture of hate will dominate, and the camel urine will become the lifestyle. And the Prophet said, and Allah said, that's all what they know. No science said, no doctor said, no engineer said. Allah said, Prophet said. Prophet said, drink camel urine. We drink camel urine. That's why you can't have too much expectation of those potatoes. Look like there's a new video here in the US command. Let us see. This is a big ship, actually. This is not a small one. Yeah, this is a big size one. Yeah, all their navy is gone, you know. And here you notice, like, you build an army, and never come to their mind that this all those weapons are going to be so easy exposed to some enemy like America. So you fight America, you lose everything. Right? That's what happened. Indonesian people crying now cause he is dead. I mean Khamenei. Well, let them cry. Maybe they can resurrect him by their tears. Maybe. Yeah, it's, you know, things is not... things is going so bad for Iran. There's no question about it. But the change in the regime is a different story, you know. We will see. We will see how it's going to work. Is it like really going to be very effective having those Kurdish attacking? It's going to cause trouble, but I don't think it's going to be enough to change the regime. But it can be effective to encourage others from other territory. You know, when others they see the government is weak and losing ground, then other group will start moving and doing their job, and that can cause the regime to collapse. And now, like, you need to check other things too about the regime. How much, you see, if the American they want to do really something very good, they should collapse the currency of Iran. So then, because citizens and even soldiers, they will find when they go to the street to buy, because still they have to buy food for their family. So when they go to the street to buy food for their family, they find that the money in their pocket can't even buy them a sandwich. That would be the greatest, you know, way to collapse the regime. And on top of that, each time they go at war, I don't know why, they don't attack the energy supply. Until now, there's electricity. Until now, they did not hit the storages for gas and diesel, which I don't understand why not. Because this is what they supply for their launchers coming from. I mean, army walking into its feet is not an army no more. That can work in the old days. Even in the old days, you need horses. So until now, neither the American, neither the Israeli, they attack really the oil supply, which is the blood of this regime. It's the blood of the country, actually. That will make the regime collapse so fast, and even their army will be out of everything, all the resource. I mean, imagine your house without electricity. You feel like the house is dead now. Like, all days is different. We used to live like people used to live, you know, a different lifestyle. So nobody cared for the electricity. But today we depend on electricity in everything. Not a single thing you do in your day does not involve electricity. Until now, electricity is working in Tehran. Gas stations full of fuel. Refineries are open. Liquid gas is available. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why they don't hit it. I have no idea why. For me, I believe this is not smart. If I am in charge, this is the first thing I will hit. because that is going to make the regime collapse extremely fast. But, we are not the one in charge. And we are here just to watch and make comment. And even the news we receive is not true news. Most of it is fake. Yeah, you have to hit the electric grid. You're at war. There's no joke, There's no joke. I saw them crying. We are talking about the Indonesian. I saw them kissing his clothes and hat while crying. They can kiss his ass too. Who cares? Yeah, I heard that too. That some of the army regime, they are renouncing their regime. It's possible, but I doubt it for now. Like, in order for that to happen, the regime have to be really weakened, and I don't think it is that. It might happen for soldiers who is far away from the capital, because always, when you are, let's say you are in this territory here, the government always, they lose control starting from the borders. So if you are a soldier, stationed here, and you are not getting your salary anyway, because I doubt it now that they are able to pay salary, especially for those who they are from not the besieged, which is the main forces of the regime. Because remember, there's army, and there is the Revolutionary Guard and the besieged. The army are not really army; are just army. The Revolutionary Guard is the one armed very well, and their job is to subdue the army in case the army try to move against the regime. So the army is not really an army of the regime as much as an army of the country. So if the army itself, not the regime army, the state army, not the besieged, not the Revolutionary Guard, not the police, not the secret service, the army, if they renounce their obedience to the central government, that can make a big difference. But this is depend in if they are still getting their salary or not. And usually, if a big officer somewhere, let us say there's a station here in this area, close to the border, he contacted the American and he's saying, I will renounce, please give us protection. Then the American, they grant him protection in this area. And then they ask him to prove that he is renouncing, and he start moving, attacking the regime. If one group of the army started that, then other group, they will see that, oh, the regime is collapsing. Let me do the same before it's too late. Because if it's too late, I will be taken to court by the new revolution who's going to take over. All right? So people will switch side. When you are a winner, they switch side to you. When you lose, they switch side to the one who is winning. But always you need the first guy from the army, big officer, to announce that, not a soldier. Like if we have a big general in the army, he make a video, says, I and my territory, my group, I renounce I go against the regime. That will encourage other groups to go for it. And if we start seeing this movement happening here and here and here, then the regime will be only in Tehran, and then it will be crushed. Because all the forces will start coming from every direction, including the Kurdish, including the Arab, including the Baluch, including the Azerbaijani. Even there is Turkish inside Iran. There's many ethnic groups. All of them, they hate the regime. So it's like, you have a match to start the fire. But in order for this match to be able to make a big fire, you have to have a dry grass, dry, hay. So the bushes have to be so dry. if it's still green, even if you put a burning tree underneath of it, will not catch fire. So if the regime became so dry from support, and many they start leaving the regime and they will not support it no more, then we can see the change happen very fast. Actually, like if what I'm talking about happened, I say to you, like the regime will be collapsing in extreme fast track, because it's like a domino, like the snowballs. Like it starts small and get bigger, bigger. The more you root it in the ground, the more it's going to be bigger and bigger. So it might happen, but somebody have to start first. If the Kurdish really they are start attacking here, it's a good start, but that is not enough. You need Iranian to start. All right? Iranian to start, the Persian himself. I thought about what would happen to Iran currency once that's all is done. I think they will convert dirham or US into their economy, stabilize. Well, the currency will disappear because the regime currency have their own, printing, which lost its value, and in the same time, it have images of Al Khomeini and etc. And it's losing the value anyway. It's like a toilet paper. So that is not an issue. They will change it by a different currency fast. They can use dollars, temporarily. They can use any currency until they print their own. That is not an issue. There are members of IRGC who have betrayed them and began reporting intel to Israel and US. Well, this is not new. You see, the head of the Mossad, the Iranian, they started a new department to encounter the Mossad, spying. And then, if you remember Ahmadinejad, he mentioned that when they started this department, later they found that the head of this department is a Mossad agent. So imagine, like, we hire somebody to chase them, and then we find that this body, he worked for the Mossad. This is how much the system is corrupt. This is why, I say this is why I say the Israeli is the one to trust to accomplish this mission, not the American. American, they have a very bad, like CIA have a great name as a name, but Mossad is the one who do the things, not the CIA. Like, who is the one who gave American, where is Khamenei now? Mossad. Not only that, it turned to be that they have all the cameras, including his residency, including the main office, including in the secret meeting place. They have access to all the cameras. When he was killed, they have his picture right away. How they can get it, you tell me. And we know what happened with Nasrallah and the pager. I mean, so the Mossad is a very powerful intelligence agency. So this is why I trust the plan of the Israeli, not the plan of Trump. I believe strongly that Trump himself, he depends on the plan of Israel. You don't have really a genius team, You have, like, the smart things he have done until now is what he did with Venezuela. because that will lead to here, and with Cuba, I'm sure after they finish here, they will turn their face to Cuba, and Cuba regime will collapse. So he's doing a lot of cleaning, which is good. But the plan here, I believe it's a pure Israeli plan. And the only one who can finish it is going to be Israel. Let us see if there is any new news. Iranian ballistic missiles attack down 90%. Now, is that true? It's true or it's not? Why? It's true as numbers, but they might be hiding to the end. Let us say we have limited supply. We do not know how the war will go, how long. So we will not shoot a lot. And that will make the enemy think, oh, now they have less to down to 10%. But this is the attack, not necessarily the missile they have. You know what I mean? It might be because we destroy a lot of their launchers. So they still have a lot of missiles, but they have limited launchers. But still, they have the missiles. So those numbers now, they don't mean much really, because it might be a strategic decision from the Iranian regime not to use what they have in a massive number, so they can extend the war for a longer period. And they knew that America and Israel, they have a weak point, which they cannot stay like this for long. But we can, So the Iranian, they have war with Saddam Hussein for 9 years. 9 years. Not 9 days, not 9 months. And for sure they won the war. Saddam Hussein collapsed. All the Gulf, they support Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein sucked the money of all the Gulf, and still they could not defeat Iran. At that time, Saddam Hussein, he have all the weapon. Soviet Union was supporting him. Kuwait money, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, the money was coming like rain to him. Still they could not make it against Iran. And as you see, if they have limited supply, I don't think they will be wasting it shooting, like those targets. I think they still have a lot of supply because they are shooting at everybody. But the down number, I don't think because they don't have supply, but because they want to be sure that they can stay longer fighting. And it's possible too that there is many of their storages being destroyed from the top. It will take time for them to dig and open it again, because the American, they can see the entrance, they can attack the entrance, but possibly they are not able to destroy the deep down under the ground. If you remember the Iranian, they showed before that their facility is down deep under the ground. Let me search for the video. So they are preparing for this day, Otherwise, they will not. Like you see here in this video, the American, they are hitting targets. There's nothing there. If you look, there's nothing. But there is storages of weapon in the mountain. See, they are not hitting the.
می‌بینی صدا انفجارشو؟ من اینا رو فقط تو کال آف دیوتی دیدم. می‌بینی صدا انفجارشو؟
Yeah. So there is nothing there except there's nothing but obviously hidden locations for their warehouse storage. Let us see other They have cities under the ground for their missiles. See, this is a video made by the regime itself. Let me show it to you. See? It's deep inside the mountain. And those are the launcher. Look how many wheels it is. This is massive, huge. So they knew that this day is going to come and the enemy will hunt. But what the American can do now, they can hit the entrance, and that's it. And as long as they are controlling the space, whatever they have inside, they have no access to it. That doesn't mean the American, they destroy it all, They have other options, actually, the American. Like now, you see this gate is open. There's a gate, actually. There's doors. They can send the drones, like during the time they are launching those getting outside, they can send a drone, a couple of them, go inside all the way deep, because still you can see. And I don't know if the drone can be controlled still inside the mountain, But if they were able to go deep enough and explode, maybe they can make the whole mountain explode. This is posted by the Iranian regime to scare the enemy. Let us see what else. Like you see here, this is an example of what I told you. So they have a storage. They spread their missiles all over. Some they are under the ground, some they are under the mountains, some in their houses. Look like a farm. Boom. Yeah. And with the existence of satellite and now they have AI, they can analyze images, they can analyze the ground to find out if could be for weapon or it is for something else. A lot of the American Israeli have a lot of advantage. This is a propaganda video made by Iran, but it's an AI. True story. True story. But there is videos published. Let us see if I can get it. Which is real videos. This is why all the Arab neighbors are very much intimidated. They are terrified. Yeah, look, this is inside the mountain. This is a good video to see. So they dig inside the mountain. This is a real video. You see what is in the ground? Death to America, death to Israel, the flag of Israel, the flag of America, and they enter, and the picture of Khomeini. I'm not sure, this is not clear. This is the entrance, but if you look at the entrance, let us play the video. See the entrance in the mountain? Look. This is deep in the mountain, you see? It's a city under the ground. This is why, in order to destroy their supply, they have to send commandos in the ground. Like I'm assuming in such a place, there's, a couple of thousands of soldiers. It's a huge, and there's many of those. It's not only one or two or three.
نقطه‌ای از ایران اسلامی 500 متر زیر زمین شهری است که حتی در خیال دشمن هم نمی‌گنجد. یا با ما همسفر باش و نگاهی بیانداز گوشه‌ای از اقتدار دفاعی سپاهیان اسلام.
See how many launchers? Look. Do you see how many? This is a real video. This is not an AI. It's a city under the ground. So those people, they like they're people, they can't even afford to eat, but because the budget was going to war. And they were hoping that by having such weapon, they can really defeat any enemy. And they can control the Middle East.
من به ملت ایران قول میدم کوچکترین خدشه، تهدید یا ناامنی از ناحیه بیرون مرزها متوجه کشور نخواهد بود.
این گزارش بازدید فرمانده نیروی هوافضای سپاه از یکی از شهرهای موشکی این مرز و بوم است.
See? Look at this. It's a city. All of this under the ground.
آتشفشانی در اعماق زمین که اگر فوران کند خانمانسوز است برای هر بیگانه.
پیرامون ما همه کشورها ناامنه و کشور ما در اوج ثبات قرار داره. اینا نتیجه تلاش شبانه روزی نیروهای مسلح، پاسداران ما، بسیجیان ما، ارتش ما، نیروی انتظامی ماست. از این بابت باید ملت ایران مطمئن باشند.
سرکشی به پایگاه‌های موشکی در سراسر جغرافیای ایران اسلامی و دیدار چهره به چهره با متخصصان جانبرکف و اطمینان از آمادگی دائمی سایت‌های موشکی برنامه همیشگی فرمانده است.
ما کمتر استان، شهر و شهرستانی داریم که حداقل یک پایگاه موشکی نداشته باشه. هم به وفور یگان داریم، پایگاه داریم.
So do you see how long this is why those Arab countries, they are making pee in their pant. Like, did you ask yourself why Emirat don't dare to shoot back? They are shooting at them. Why Saudi Arabia? Those people, they can burn them alive. They can burn Emirat. In fact, if not the American, those countries are gone. This is one of many stories like this. This is not the only one. And you remember here, you need to ask yourself why the Iranians even showing this. They show it to intimidate the enemy. Look how many launchers. I mean, from here, I know, like I can't even see the end of the. Can you see the end? I can't see it. Like how many kilometers under the ground? And for sure, this is only the launchers. There's warehouses, there is a storage, there is logistic machines.
داریم پایگاه داریم، گروه داریم، منطقه داریم. هم الحمدلله موشک و این روند ادامه داره.
و این بار ما میهمان سردار شدیم در یکی از محرمانه ترین مراکز موشکی کشور عزیزمان ایران.
آنچه که شما میبینید عین کوه یخ شناور در آبه که قدری از اون در بیرون آبه.
تونل های تو در تو و تا چشم کار میکند موشک های دوربرد بالستیک.
See, this is different. Those are ballistic message. The truck in the front is a civilian truck. The back is separated. They attach it to this one. This is just a normal truck, you know. Any truck can.
موشک‌هایی که بر روی لانچر سوار است و آماده پرتاب و روحیه و ایمان و اعتقاد مردانی که فقط منتظر دستورند.
پاسداران عزیز همه در اوج آمادگی هستند، منتظرن که امام خامنه‌ای عزیز لب تر کنه.
Yeah. So this is an example of what we are talking about. Here you see the pictures of Khamenei, Khomeini. You know? Yeah. So now you get an idea why all of them, they are terrified, and why the Israeli are so brave to go against such a small country. It's called Israel. They are scaring the hell of everybody. They are really brave, you know. This is not easy thing. This is the Arab neighbors are, you know, they are just making pee in their pant. Let's see. Try to find you. Yeah, look at this video here. And this is a real video too, you know. This is a real video. This is not AI. Obviously, this is a different location. You can't tell. See? Look at this. This is a storage house. It's a city, you know. This is a city under the ground. And you can imagine how long it took them to finish this, just a building. You have to take it to go around by jeep. Look at this. Look. See? This is Iran. You know, they're preparing for war for a long time. Look at this. So now you know what we are talking about. This is not AI. This is real, you know. Yeah. However, those videos are just, in my opinion, it's a big mistake to show it. Because now your enemy, you get them a very free info. It's a priceless info, you know. You know, they can actually, the Israeli now, they can count actually, like, what is in the video exactly. This is very priceless information. That's not smart. But just for the sake of propaganda, you know, they are showing it. I think USA military have answer for this. No question they have answer for this. But what I'm saying, that what we hear about them being demolished and they're gone, that will take some time, you know, especially those who are underground, because I think those are too deep for the B2, you know. I'm sure the Iranian, they knew that the American, they have B2. So I'm assuming that it's in the depth where B2 cannot be destroyed. However, the American always can destroy the entrance. Yeah, I mean, you have to have an entrance, exit, right? Those are easy target. So the American, as a temporary solution, they can bury the entrance by bombing it by heavy bombs, and then watching anyone get close to it, they will bomb it too. This way, all this weapon under the ground will be useless because it is there, it's safe, but they can't reach to it. They can't take it out. You know what I mean? But I'm just showing you how much those people, they are preparing for such a day. But this is not the day they want. I think they never expected war with America, you know? They thought never war with Israel. They were expecting war with Saudi Arabia, Iraq, you know, a country, normal country, not with those. Yeah, they thought they can shout at America, death to America, but they never thought they will go to war with America. They thought they can fight Israel by Hezbollah, but they never thought that Israel will come to them. So this is why always they use other parties to fight their fight with America, with the. So you see, it's not us who did hit your embassy. No, Hezbollah. You see? So they were smart by using proxy to fight for them. And they never thought that America and Israel, they would come there. Look at this. Imagine how much money they spent. And then the stupid Obama, yeah, he gave them all what they want. He gave them money to build more. He left sanctions, so he made them breathe.
نیروی هوافضایی سپاه از این پایگاه بازدید.
We don't want to have copyright music. We don't know if there's. See? This is Soleimani, the one who was killed by the command of Trump. Is it him? I think so. See, this is a different building. You can tell. There's different roof, different seating, different structures. See the American flag and the Israeli flag in the ground? They walk on it. So this is their target, you know. The nukes is the war with America. And here they are showing you launching. This is a training grill. Their missiles. In theory, it's scary, but compared to what we have, it's a cartoon. Yeah. Yeah, this is a totally different place. You see the other one we saw? You can tell this the walls here are different. No, this is not Soleimani, this is a different one. I think all of them, they are dead now, those. Look at this. Look. Massive. Well, you know, the Iranian, you see, I don't blame Iranian if they are going to be trying to be superpower, or to say powerful country. Every country have the right to do so. You know, that's not an issue. But Iran without Islam, it can be peaceful with the neighbor. But doesn't mean that if, you know, if their interest oppose someone interest from the neighbor, they will not go for it. All right? But they will be peaceful, at least in the beginning, for the first maybe 30, 40 years, because they get their lesson, they learn from it. You know, not to be arrogant, not to think too much of yourself, you know, because you can go down in your nose. Always, there is someone stronger than you. You are strong, there's someone stronger. And actually, those videos, I believe they are stupid because they can intimidate neighbors, but they can make enemies prepare for you.
حالا جایی در اعماق زمین یکی از صدها شهر موشکی نیروی هوافضای سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی.
Islam, you know Islam. Yeah. Yeah. The Muslim, if he hold the Kalashnikov, AK-47, he think he is a king. So imagine if you have those. Imagine if they have nuke. You know? See
مسلح
so this video is made after Soleimani. See here the picture of Soleimani, I see. Those are people get killed already. In the top it says Zikra ya Fatima Samar Band Soleimani. So this is built for the memory of Soleimani, I think by his daughter Fatima. Soleimani is this one who Trump he command to make him shish kebab. And see the Israeli flag?
شهر موشکی آمدند تا از میزان آمادگی نیروهای عمل کننده و تجهیزات مستقر بازدید.
Well, now the Israeli are going to step on you. I will not be surprised if soon we see Netanyahu visiting the grave of Khamenei and spit on it. You got a good eyesight? Oh, why you are saying so? Yeah, I have a good eyesight. So what? Ah, because I saw the picture? No, it's clear for me. Very clear. Khomeini, Khamenei, picture, Soleimani. Those, I do not know them. I can see their faces, but I do not know them. You know, I don't know, what their position. But this guy is famous. Let us see if there is any news, any update beside this. Wave of Tehran strike on Iranian terror regime. Okay. Rocket alert reported sound north towns. Bahrain report damage but no injury. Suspected drone infiltration alert active in Jordan Valley settlement. Officers seriously, this is all the news. Trump is pushing in the president of Israel to burden Netanyahu, and he is calling the president of Israel disgrace. Trump, you know, he's very good in politics. I mean, imagine this Trump. He called like a leader of other country he will meet maybe tomorrow. He says disgrace. Why there is Israeli flag? So they can walk in it to insult Israel, you know. They say we are going to destroy Israel. So they have the Israeli flag and the American flag, not only Israeli flag. Like if you disrespect somebody, you put his image in the floor, all right? Yeah, not because they like Israel. Yeah. Let us see.
داری صدها تیر
Yeah, I look like same videos, you know. Trying to show you something new. Yeah, those videos are propaganda, but they are very useful for America and for Israel. Will be smarter of them if nobody knows about it. You know? But telling your enemies about it, that's not a smart idea. especially you know that you are weaker than them. All those propaganda videos made by Iran always will backfire. Those can work if you are the most powerful country and nobody dare to attack you. But even those videos for powerful countries, they try to not to show much details like numbers, etc. Like this is made by Iranian regime. So the Israeli can analyze, they can get the size, they can get the weight, they can get the design, they can get what kind of a truck, like this, those here, Shahid. You know, you see how they, you see that, you remember I told you those trucks? Hold on. Do you remember I showed you the videos about trucks, the American hitting them? So the outside, it looked like a normal truck. Let us go to the drone one. See? It's a normal truck. But they install shelves and the drones are ready to be launched from the truck. So they lift the tray up and then the drone will be launched. That alone is again another stupid mistake to show your enemy. Those should be secret because now they knew where you put your drones, how you transfer them, how you launch them. You know? It's not smart at all. See? This is how the drone go. See? Propaganda video. But all of this proven to be useless because if you could not protect your sky, those didn't work. Plus, if they have technology to shoot it down, still they are useless. Here they are trying to show you that they can hit the target to the point, not even 1 meter mistake. Because usually, you know, missiles, they have an error, you know, like there's an error. So when you aim, because there's wind, the speed, there is many things can affect those missiles. But this is in theory true, to hit the target perfectly with such a missile, because those are not really that much smart. But here, because it's a short distance, so the error is very small too. That's why they are showing you that they hit the barrel, like it's in the middle of the target. See, there's no error. That's because it's a very short distance. Yeah, this here look funny because I saw explosion before the missile arrived, and the missile did not hit the building; it hit next to it. If you notice, watch with me again. I don't know if you see the same. You see? I saw the explosion happen. Look, from inside the building, and this is the missile. Do you see it? So they are lying. Did you guys notice? they are lying in the video. So they have explosive inside the building. And this is the real rocket or the drone. The explosion happened before this thing arrived. It's like an Arabic movie, you know, we hear the sound 15 minutes before you hit the cheek of the other person. And, you know, with moving the video slowly, you know, you can do it. It's exposed how the explosion happened before it arrived. So they have explosion to make the explosion big and massive and scary. So from the sky, look how big it is. From the sky, oof, wow, look at this, brother. You know, see? Look at it. This is a different one. Again, the explosion happened inside the dome before it hit. Same. They are lying. Yeah, they need to hire somebody from Hollywood to make a better movie. Contact me. This is the one, the cluster they are using against Israel. But look how stupid they are. They are giving you details about how this, you know, this missile is made. I mean, thank you. You remember I showed you in the beginning when those cluster come, that is make it difficult for the Israeli to, you know. So there's many small rockets, but they are not really. It's like sending many small rockets to make the enemy confuse which ones to hit first. But then there's ones are going to hit a target, you know, big one. So this is how the rocket is. And they are telling you even how many kilo, 1,500. And this is the time where the head will separate. And then the cluster will come of bombs. Those are just small bombs. They are not almost useless. It's just to confuse the defense system. But those are the real ones. And those are just balloons, you know, like a decoy, as they say in English. So they are telling their enemy how we design it. Yeah. I'm sure the Israeli will be thankful. Thank you very much for the information. Any more? This video, the Israeli hit a target under the mountain storage. Look what happened. This is Iranian storage for weapon. Actually, the title says this is a storage or weapon, but this flashing way, it doesn't sound like a storage. I think it's an electric transistor making, you know, electric shots. I don't think this is a storage. Here it says, you know, storage for, but for me, looking at the video, it doesn't look like rocket exploding as much it is electric transistor. Yeah, it looked like a high, you know, high voltage burning. Let us see what else we can show you. Do you guys have enough? Should I stop? Look here, they claim in this video that they can launch the missile from under the ground, which means they have like a chimney. See? Very interesting if this is true. Not sure if that really is possible. So they have an opening in the top, and this is under the ground. But what I know that those missiles, they make a big explosion and fire when they are shot. So this area have to be totally evacuated from any kind. Even the launcher might set on fire because it's a closed area. I'm not sure if that is possible, but it look real. Now it doesn't look real. Because if it's launched already from here, straight up, why it's aiming in this direction already? Unless this area is this chimney is not really straight 90 degree. It's maybe 45 degree, maybe. Maybe. See, all those information, when you post it online, will help your enemy to understand you better. They study how capable you are, and simply you're giving them a very priceless information. Like this video here, it says that the American or the Israeli destroying weapon storage under the ground. You know, the ground looked like a desert. The title say this is Tehran. All right, I'm not too much familiar with Tehran topography. What else we can show you? Don't you have enough, guys? Aren't you bored listening to me? Hmm? Not enough? All right, because you are abusing me. All right, I will tell my mom. All right. Let us see, what is this here? There's a lot of videos actually, but not all of them they are worth to see. This is posted by the Israeli command. See, those are where they are hiding their weapon, and the Israeli are hunting them. Real time. In the desert. Boom. Or you are going to run from the Israeli. Let us see what else. Yeah, you see, they posted a lot of videos to intimidate their enemies about what they can do. They want to show you that they are high-tech army. They are high-tech. You see how the rocket are moved? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of this is a propaganda's videos. Supposedly those are their drones. Yeah, all of this did not work, Abdul. It did not work. There is something here that made me laugh. I will not show it in the screen. It's not polite. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, a lot of propaganda's videos posted by them. Amazing how many. This is why those neighbors, the Arab, are so much intimidated. They're making pee in their pant.
سنگینی در حوزه موشک‌های کروز دریایی می‌شوند برای حمله به ناوشکن‌ها. اما برای رهگیری و شناسایی اهداف در خلیج فارس باید سامانه‌های کروز در نوار ساحلی قرار می‌گرفت و این یعنی احتمال کشف و حمله به سامانه‌های ساحلی ایران پیش از شلیک به اهداف.
See, they are normal trucks. If you see them, they look like a normal civilian trucks. Even some of them, they are old. Like, look at this one here. This is like in the, this model from the 70s, if not before. Yeah.
وجود داشت.
Those are narrow spaces. They are loaded and ready.
به تص...
See, this is different one from the one we saw before, which is telling you that they have too many of them. It's not only one or two, or we don't know how many, That's why when they say we destroyed, that doesn't mean, I think they destroy what is above the ground. Those are still safe. But it might be difficult for them to use it because they can block every entrance. Yeah, all those videos are priceless information for the Israeli. And they are showing you that they have a camera too. They have a sensor. Mm. You are right. You are right. You still alive? I doubt it. All the leaders are potato now. All right. Let us see. Um, and obviously they have a storages like small ones. They have a door of a safe. See, this is just like a bank door. So supposedly this guy is a contractor, and he took pictures and he posted online, and later I think they arrested him because he's not supposed to do so. All right. This is another location. This is why Hamas, they have they have the same tactic, but they don't have the same capability, like Iran. So they start building their tunnel underground, etc. This is all is the teaching of Iran. See, this is a different location from the one we saw. So you can say there's many, multiple ones. And those are very costly, and it takes a long time to finish them. Look at this one here. They are showing you even how they move them to hook them up to the head of the missile. They're ready to be shot, attached. They attach the fuel capsule to the head. See, this one looks supposedly is launched from under the ground. Did you see? This one is launched from under the ground. So in the inside the tunnel, the missile will stand up. Look at this. Yeah, see, if this is the case, really, see now it's coming from under the ground. If this is the case, then that will be harder for the American. However, if the American or the Israeli were able to find this this location here where the missile come, they can just bomb it so easy. But you need to find it. And I think with the existence of satellite and AI, it can be found, not hard. So they are launching it from under the ground. This way the launcher is not exposed. Yeah. Well, summary of what we said today for those who just join us. Finishing the war will not be that fast, especially if they want to finish the target, not just finishing war, which means to be succeed, to succeed in the target. Speaking about reducing the capability of Iran, that is possible, and for sure it is. But still, Iranian, I think they have a lot of things to use under the ground, storages, preparing for war by using groups like the Kurdish, as we saw here, and other and Arab people, and Turkmen, and even Persian. Is going to take some time, and I don't know if Trump he can wait for those people to accomplish anything. So, for me, I don't think the regime will collapse so soon, and I don't think Trump he can stay waiting for long. So something have to be done in the ground. They have to arm, big number of people in the ground so they can attack the regime, and then the American and the Israeli, they support the attackers from the sky. This is the only way to encounter and to take over the regime and to be successful. But hitting from the airplanes, you can do that for the coming 2 months. The regime will be weakened, yes, will be very weak, very, much limited. But as long as they are controlling the ground, the regime will never change. As long as they have hundreds of thousands of soldiers. And the other issue is if they were able to find officers who they will, go against the regime, officers from the regime, to join the resistance, that can be a great success. And that's something the Israeli can accomplish. So we will see. If the Israeli can convince some high commands for the army, not for the besiege or the Revolutionary Guard, if they can convince the normal army of Iran, not the revolutionary army, to go against the revolutionary army with the support of American, that can make a big difference. Because then you have a couple of hundred of thousands going to war with the regime, and they are armed and trained. So you have to convince the government itself, or let us say branches of the government, to go against the government. And if the Israeli are able to recruit some of the leaders of the army in Iran, that can be a great success. So we will see. Otherwise, having Kurdish attacking, that will not make too much difference. It's going to make it difficult for the regime, lose control of some territory. But that will be temporarily. As soon as the war stopped, the Iranian regime will conquer those and will demolish them. And then they will run all the way to Iraq, seeking refuge by the Kurdish side of Iraq. So the only way, most likely, is convincing some groups in the government to go against the government, helping those who they are like the Kurdish, and all together they can take over the regime. I hope you like the way we update you the news today, and you don't have to agree with me. You can totally disagree, That's not the point. The point is what is going to happen is the most important. It's not about if we agree or not. It's about the result, all right? Iraq will destroy Iran? No, Iraq cannot destroy Iran. Iraq Shia. Iraq actually, they are crying for Iran now. The Shia in Iran, they are more than 70 to 80%. They support Iran, the Shia in Iraq. I was talking about the Kurdish here. Here there's Kurdish. Here there's Kurdish. All right? And those, they hate the regime. All right? Not the Shia in Iraq. The Shia in Iraq, I can guarantee you that 90% of them, they support Iran. That's why right now, in Iraq, the Shia in Iraq, they are launching attack on the U.S. embassy and U.S. bases, even in Baghdad. All right. Do you think the Kurds should separate? It's not up to me if they think or not. It's about can they make it? It's impossible because after the war finish, still the major population of Iran are Persian. So now they can let you go, and even the Iranian, they're no problem. The one who hate the regime, but as soon as the war stopped with the regime, the Iranian themselves, the Persian, they will go after the Kurdish if they don't drop their weapon, or if they try to separate. They will not allow it, And not to forget that Turkey is here. Turkish will never allow such a thing to happen. So it's mission impossible. The Kurdish will fight for more rights, not to separate. They cannot fight for separation. They cannot do it, because there's many, especially the Turkish, they will never allow it to happen. And the Persian themselves, as soon as the war stopped, still they are Persian, they will not allow anyone to take a piece of their land. And they are the majority of the population. So Kurdish now, they can bother, but not for long. You see, when the country go back to its strength and have a government and have, and for sure the government will be controlled by the Persian, not by Kurdish. Kurdish are minority, 10%. What 10% can do to, I don't know, like Iran maybe now is almost 100 million, 90 million. So maybe 10 million of them is Kurdish. That's nothing. All right? So when the war is over, anyone try to separate, the new government will crush them. And the whole community of the world will watch. And Turkey will support them. And America will be watching them. The same as the Kurdish in Syria being crushed. And Trump is watching them. All right? The dream of the Kurdish to have a country, mission impossible. It have to happen, in order to happen, all the neighboring countries have to go weak in the same time. And Turkey will not wait for them to establish something because the Turkish, in Turkey there's more than 23, 24 million Kurdish. Massive number. Not a joke. And all of them, they are in the border too. So this is why all this area here is a Kurdish, heavily Kurdish. Iraq, Turkey, Syria, Iran, and even Azerbaijan, Yeah. So there's many enemies. The American will use them, the American will use them, but they will never give them what they want. The American will use them for now. And as soon the regime is gone, they will spit them out. They says, okay, do none of a business. The same as they did to Kurdish everywhere, in Syria as an example. All right. It's not up to them. It's not up to them. You see, dreams is something, and accomplishing the dream is something else. Because you have too many enemies around you who hate you. The Arab hate them. The Turkish hate them. Everybody hate them. And trust me, the Persian, as soon they get rid of the regime, they will smash them too. Nobody will allow you to take a part of his land. Because still this is Persia. There's Kurdish in it. This is how it is. They cannot accomplish anything. The dream will never come true. All right? Let us see if there's any news here from Israel. Okay. All right. Yeah, look like nothing much really new. I guess by this today we have enough. What about Isaiah 23:13? Well, this is about the Babylon. What does this have to do with this? What does this have to do with this? The Babylon is gone. You know, the kingdom of the Assyrian is gone. Uh, you have your mom beside you. What this guy is talking about. All right. Still, there's long time to go about, what people do usually from the Bible. Anything happen, they say, oh, see, the Bible says. Even though it might be happening already, or it might be happening long after. But don't try to adjust or do what the Muslims do. They bend their text to make it fit with something that's going to happen or happening. All right? Obviously, with the Bible, the verses you are quoting for me have nothing to do with what's happening now. All right? But there's many people, they like, to right away to claim, to add a prophecy, end of time, because people get excited with it. Good. Iran is not Persia. Yeah, Persia is bigger than Iran, but it still is the Persian is Iranian. Persia in certain time was a massive, So, but yes, the Iranian, the majority of them, they are the Persian. And that's why the Gulf, until now, they are fighting over the name. So here you see it says the Persian Gulf. So in one day, in certain time, all this area, that's why you see in the story of Gilgamesh, speaking about Bahrain. Why? Because it was part of Persia. All right? And all the Gulf was controlled by the Persian. However, still, it's the Persian land, and like when we say the Roman Empire, doesn't mean that we are talking only about Rome. The Roman Empire is an empire, and the Persian, they used to be an empire. All those countries are new. Afghanistan, even Pakistan, India used to be something, and today is something else. India is Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh, India, But today they became many countries. Now we have Nepal, Bhutan, whatever names. I mean, some countries even we never heard of them. And here you see the massive China, which most of it is a desert. All right. It's time to go. And I hope you guys have a good time with us. And I hope we learn something good. for good. And I hope tomorrow we will hear better news. And I hope I'm wrong about how this problem will be fixed. I pray that this regime will collapse so fast, because that will end the suffering of a lot of people, all the people here. We hope that the Iranian, they will have their own country, they will have a civil life, they will be successful, they will do their business, buy and sell and flourish like any nation in the world. But the most important thing is we need people who understand the value of peace, and they want and they love to live in peace, so they can have a very good neighborhood, and the world will become a better world. Imagine if this regime did not spend all this money for weapons, and imagine they don't chant death to America and death to Israel. Nobody care what they do. I mean, why Israel want to care for them? Nothing. They have no business with them. In fact, the Jews, they have a long history of good friendship with the Persian people, in case you do not know. So they are not enemy. But then the termite of Islam came,